it's Ann Wayman with AboutFreelanceWriting.com with another question from one of our readers. Susan writes, she says, "Hi Ann, I've been valiantly trying to break into the wide world of freelance writing, but I don't have a resume, and so I have not yet been able to actually get any jobs. I subscribe to your newsletter and one other, and I keep applying, but so far no luck at all. What do you suggest?" Well, Susan, breaking into freelance writing is not easy, and I'm not sure that the lists that I publish and the lists that are often by some of my cohorts are the best ways to break in. Certainly doesn't hurt to try, but I don't know where you live, you didn't say, but most areas have a small weekly newspaper, a neighborhood newspaper. And those are great places to break in. You have to call or even go in person and ask for the editor. If they're on deadline, they'll ask you to come back another day. So be aware that they're not, if they publish on Tuesday, they won't want to see you until Thursday, and the schedules can be kind of weird. So ask at the front desk, when's a good time to catch the editor for just a few minutes. Tell the editor it's likely to be a woman that you want to break into freelance writing, and come with 2 or 3 ideas, like the new bakery that opened down the street. Tell them you'll go interview them and find out what they're doing, or the new any new business in town, or anything new in town that's going on is a good suspect idea for a weekly newspaper. They're the ones given away free. And if you come with ideas, chances are you'll get the assignment. Or at least some assignment. She'll probably say, well, okay, go interview the baker and make arrangements for my photographer to show up. And she'll give you the photographer's number, and you'll go interview the baker, and you'll write a little story about the, where they came from, if they're refugees, what's their specialty, why they decided on this neighborhood, the usual kind of who, where, what, why, and when. Make sure you get their names right and the hours right. Coordinating with a photographer can be just horrid, and if you happen to be able to take decent digital shots yourself, tell the editor that might work. Chances are you'll get published. You might even make 20 bucks or so. And so that begins to build an online, build a credit list for you. Many of those little newspapers now have websites, and your article actually be available online, which means you can begin to link to it from your own website. Do you have your own website yet? Do that for 2 or 3 or 4 articles, and you may be surprised how quickly you now have credibility when you're approaching some of the, if not the top-of-the-line magazines, the next tier down. Consider trade magazines. Those are the magazines that are addressed to people in various industries. You can... Writer's Market has a list of trade magazines. You can Google, I don't know what you've done in the past, but if you were a hairdresser, you can Google trade magazines for hairdressers, trade magazines for backhoe operators. Chances are you'll come up with 1 or 2, and they often are very wide open for newcomers, and will not only publish, they'll edit you kindly, and they'll send you a check too. So those are kind of the ways that I suggest people break in. You can do the associated content, or Suite 101, or Demand Studios, which I guess now has eHow. Won't hurt you. They will give you a link, and that can help too. But I would not make it, at this point, your exclusive way of getting published. People still think print is pretty super, and it is. So mix it up with your local weekly newspaper, and try a couple of trade magazines, as well as the people who are putting content on the web, and good luck. And come over back to the blog and tell us what worked and what didn't. Thanks so much for asking. If you have a question for me, or for one of our other writers, please put it in comments, or you can send an email to Ann@aboutfreelancewriting.com. The secret is to put Q&A in the subject line. Otherwise, you're going to get scarfed up by my spam filter. Thanks so much for being there. We look forward to seeing you online.